What's up, YouTube? I'm making a short video on traveling with gold coins. I've been getting quite a few questions on traveling with your gold coins. Um, just for reference, this is June 2019. I just did a three-country trip where I traveled with gold coins from Mexico, Guatemala, and Peru. When I went into Mexico, I didn't have any issues or problems. You have to take off your belt, put all your coins and stuff on a tray. Almost, it's almost the same as the United States, basically. What happened was they went through my bags a few times. I'm not sure if it's because of the coins or anything, but nothing happened. I always travel with my coins in like a little coin purse. You can put them in sleeves. I just throw them up there. I kind of hide them so they can't really see what they are. And so far, I've never had any issues. Flying into Peru from Mexico City was no issue. It was actually pretty uneventful. You go through, nothing actually happens. You just leave. So coming back from Peru, again, it's the same thing. I keep a few coins in a zipper belt in a regular belt with a zipper on it, and same thing. I had a few gold coins there. Nothing happened when I went through the X-ray machine. I had a pouch of gold coins too that I just threw on the tray, and they put it through the X-ray. Again, nothing happened. So at least in more or less in Latin America, I haven't had any trouble traveling with gold coins in Latin America. No, those aren't the only countries I've traveled through in Latin America, but recently, 2019, I haven't had any issues. And then earlier in the year, uh, I've traveled from these states, and I've never had any issues. The only thing I've ever had in the United States is if I'm flying internationally, a lot of times they detect the coin and they want to see them and go through them. So far, they haven't said anything. Several years ago, there was a customs form where if your gold coins are worth more than $2,500, you're supposed to fill it out and hand it in. I've never filled out that form. I've made a video about it in the past. I don't know if that regulation still exists, but other than that 2,500 regulation, my understanding is you can take up to $10,000 in cash in gold combined. The problem is some of the people in the TSA go by the dollar amount that's on the gold, that's stamped on the coin, like $50 gold coin, which would be an ounce of gold or a gold eagle or a Canadian maple leaf. Well, some value at the weight. So I don't know. It just depends where you're traveling. It's partly why I like to travel through smaller cities. Then if you travel through a smaller city, you get checked in through the TSA. You can go through the bigger city airports with no issue as far as that goes. Again, I've never had any trouble. I've known, at least in the last few years, anyone with more than $3,000 gold has been kind of harassed. So I don't recommend people take more than $3,000 in gold out, which is a little bit over that 2,500 customs limit. You should fill out that form and Google it and see if it's what you think of it. But so far, it's hard to really give strict guidelines because depending on what airport in the U.S. you fly out of, you really never know what's going to happen because half the time the employees don't know what the rules and regulations are. The other half, they don't know how to value coins. Do they value them by weight or do they value them by the stamp, the dollar amount stamped on the coin? Then if it's like a maple leaf from Canada, is it $50 Canadian, US? That's a lot to expect from the TSA people. So in general, I don't recommend traveling with more than $3,000 in general and $3,000 in gold coins. But again, it's up to you. My understanding of the law is you can take up to $10,000 out without reporting anything. If it's cash and it's more than 10,000, you have to fill out the form. It's perfectly legal for you to do it. You just have to fill out that form and hand it in. It's why when you go to the airport, they have it posted and they also have it on the intercom, so you can't pretend you didn't hear it. Or at least that's what I've heard in the past. So they have it posted at the airports and they also have it over the intercom. And they do from time to time take people's money and gold coins. So there's no easy answer to traveling with gold coins, especially right now in 2019. And things are getting pretty dicey politically. I've been traveling for a while, and it's getting harder and harder to open a bank account. Even if you have the local ID and a second passport, you can. And I'm not saying it's impossible, but it's getting harder and harder to use the bank account with wire transfers. I mean, you can, but I don't want to talk about anything personal right now. But sometimes banks won't even send a wire transfer, even if you have a local bank account open up, if you're a U.S. citizen, even if you have a second passport. Anyways, the noose is tightening, so to speak, in the U.S. and around the world, And by no means this is not only the U.S., but really ominous things are happening in Australia, the UK, Europe, and in Latin America. So it's way, way less so. But I don't want to comment on Latin America too much right now. Anyways, this is just a short video on traveling gold coins in Peru, Mexico, and Guatemala. I haven't, like I said, I haven't had any problems or issues. You just put all your stuff in the tray, and I've never had him even look at them. So for what it's worth, there it is. Anyways, like, share, subscribe, and if you have your own story on traveling with gold coins, leave a comment in the comment section. Tell us what happened or if anything eventful happened or uneventful happened, because there's a lot of interest in traveling with gold coins nowadays. All right, thanks.